topic is the suffers, and specifically, the series is looking at the survival, significance, and success in life, kind of. So, but what I'm going to be leveraging or talking about is coaching, which is trying to help us understand who is a coach, what does a coach do, and why will you, at a point in time, need a coach. I believe almost everyone in here would have heard the word coach. For males, I know, because they have somebody that they are blaming already. Pastor Ewa currently is blaming his coach for his team. Okay, you're not happy with your coach. Okay, thank you. Sometimes Pastor Oche will think Ateta is the source of his concern, but whereas it's not the guy. It's just the way it is. So, with that assumption, I'll just try to introduce who a coach is. So, a coach is someone who guides and supports individuals or groups in various areas of personal or professional development. So they help you identify your goals, overcome obstacles, and make progress towards achieving the desired results. So basically, they serve as, should I call them support system or a guardian within your journey. So like I said, they help you identify your goals, overcome obstacles. There are some blockers or challenges you might be facing. They help at least navigate through those journey. So they provide a structured and supportive environment to explore, for coaches to explore their potentials, gain clarity, and take action towards positive change. When I was looking at this, I looked at something and I said, virtually almost everyone's career, there's like two things happen twice. So in the tech industry, you have the testing environment and you have the production environment. The fashion industry too, you have people draw patterns and then the original customers or clients clothes itself. In the music industry too, you have, what's it called? The rehearsals and then the stage performance itself. But in life, sadly, you have just one. So it's not as if you can try to say, let me look at what it will look like, and okay, because I did it this way, you can now replay that scenario. That's the bad side to life. So the coach helps you or gives you a kind of environment where, because of their own experience, they can help you create that experience, that environment where you can at least play and not get hurt. But as we go along, we'll get to understand or know why is it important to have a coach or have somebody helping you. So if you look at the agenda truly, it's introduction, why do you need a coach, or the importance of coaching, the identifying a coach, and also maximizing the coach's influence, then summary. So now the importance of coaching, I started with one, which is clarity and focus. So clarity and focus, what do I mean here? I believe virtually everyone here, we are all solving the problem of economics, which is limited resources trying to satisfy unlimited wants. What do I mean by that? If I ask every one of us, what do we want, what do we need? At least, if I tell you to mention 10, I can tell you for free, you mention 10. If I say, ask again, okay, give me 15 things you want, you'll be able to mention the 15. If I keep going and increasing the number, we all will have an infinite number of wants or needs, which is where almost everyone here sits, or almost every one of us have. We all have goals we want to achieve. We all have things that is very, very important to us, one way or the other. So we have that plethora needs or plethora wants. So what the coach does is they can help you clarify. Okay, even though everything is your wants, what are the things you would actually need? So even if everything is still your need, they help you to see that, okay, what are the resources you have that can, so they help you channel those energies. So you're not just chasing the 1 million and losing nothing or getting nothing, but they're helping you put in the effort that you're, and assuring or ensuring that whatever it is that you're putting your effort into, you get a good result. So they are helping you address that. So that's one importance of coaching. The second thing is accountability. As, okay, we are all Nigerians. I feel as adults too, and as Nigerians, we struggle kind of to be accountable because, again, we all are the alpha and omega kind of in our own life or in our own business. So imagine me telling you, sit down here. So accountability is where you know you can submit to someone and you can be honest with the person to say, oh, I'll do this, and then you do it. So it's someone that can actually help you go in that light. So like the thing I remember when I was looking at this thing, again, maybe I should just say this. we both are the ones learning at this during this series. So there are a lot of things I'm also still struggling with. So when I was looking at this accountability, I remembered something. Almost every year, I tell myself I'll go to the gym and I'll be consistent with it. So this year again, I tried. Honest truth, I really, really tried. But the challenge is throughout this month, I've not entered gym. So at least I tried. I think last month I entered maybe 2 or 3 times. Last 3 months, at least maybe no, I did better. But where am I going to? I think when I started, like when I finally made that decision to say, okay, I was going. So you know the funny thing with us humans, we always have a very genuine excuse not to want to do something. So I was like, oh, I won't go because I don't have a gym where, okay. So I was like, okay, fine, let me buy this. I bought it that week. I entered the gym, then I paid the coach. I think the reason why I went was because I paid. So I was like, this guy will not make my money waste. So I was consistent that first month. Second month, I look at that, oh, it's chill. This guy is just collecting my money because at the end of the day, what's he just doing? Okay, carry this, do it like this. He's not doing anything. And I'm like, I think this guy is scamming me. But I still paid. But I think the third month, I stopped paying. That was the beginning of the journey we are all in today. So because I'm no longer accountable to the guy, I know somebody sent me a message, I think on Thursday or Friday, why have you not been in the gym? Honest answer, I cannot even tell why I have not been in the gym. But if you ask me, today, I feel like everybody has two answers if you are being asked any question. You have the one you want people to believe, and you have the original answer. So if you ask me, I'm like, I've been very busy. Honest answer, I've been very, very busy. But why have I not been to the gym? Nothing. I just feel like because I don't have that person to be accountable to anymore, I can just decide that, okay. So maybe because I've said it today, I might go tomorrow and say, okay, let me enter the gym. So, but what does a coach help you do? It gives you that accountability. So it might be in your finance, it might be in your career. You know, most of us have, at least year in, year out, I can bet it with you. New Year resolution, free. Everybody always has it. I think the more we now grow old, we just feel like, okay, instead of having 10, I feel like I cannot do 10. Let me do 5. If I ask us today too, how many of us have goals starting this 2025? Let me play a bit. We all had goals, have we? How many have you achieved? This is November. The way it goes online when they tell you, okay, the only thing I've saved this year is my life. It's not a joke. I think when I was writing the plan for this year, I had a very fine figure that I was going to save this year. And to the glory of God, that figure has saved me. Because I'm not sure I've saved that figure. But so I don't even bother, so to be honest with you, because like I said, we are both learning. While I am also trying to make you look like, oh, I've done it and I have it figured out. But to be very honest with you, it's a journey we all go through. I just look at it and I was like, this figure, truly, I had it at one point in time. But where that figure is today, I think only God and that figure knows. But I shall know that at least at one point in time, that figure was with me. But then, life happens. So accountability is one thing that a coach, because you don't want to, I also feel like, even at work, while I feel like why they ask you to do Scrum or give updates, sorry, for non-tech people. So Scrum is like a daily meeting where you tell what you did yesterday, what you're planning to do today. Do you have any issues that you would want somebody to intervene into? That's basically what you do at Scrum meetings. Thank you for understanding. So now, when you look at it from that point, so imagine day one, you are asked, what did you do yesterday? You said, okay, I was able to cut my hair yesterday. Your hair, okay. Today, I'm trying to maybe get a cap and there are no blockers. So day 2, they are asked. You say the same thing. I was able to cut my hair yesterday. So even if the person you are telling did not get that first, at the point, you yourself will now start looking at it and be like, I've been saying the same thing 3 times. So like I say, I have to really, really ensure I'm doing this thing. So that's what a coach would help you do, because you won't want to say the same thing you said the last session, this same session, and the next session. So you would be forced indirectly to want to make that change happen. I think the next thing, or the importance of a coach, is it gives you that personalized support. It's able to tailor what you would need. So it's not just giving you a solution that will work for a Pastor AY to maybe a Mr. Lekan. So he knows what would work for you, because based off past experience, he's able to see what have you done differently or what has worked for you. He's able to help you in that light. So the next thing, or the one importance again of the coach, is improved decision making. So I looked at this, and the thing that came to my head was, so most of us, sorry, maybe I should use myself again. We grew up in a home where making decision is like you are going beyond your boundaries. So you know the way I was looking at it to say, some of us are in a generation that we are not meant to be. I'll give you an example. So you are a Gen Z, quite all right, but your parents shouldn't have given birth to a Gen Z. They were meant to have given birth to a millennial. Maybe they gave it very late. So they train you with the generation that you are meant to be. I don't know if you get the gist. So even though you are a Gen Z, your behaviors naturally would not be a Gen Z behavior because they are training you in a way that you won't be able to take those bold steps. So imagine you growing up in that situation where to make decisions, you have to first consult your immediate elder brother, your immediate elder brother. First think about it again. Call Jesus first. Jesus, Alpha, I want to make a decision. Before you now finally decide to make that decision, look at the circle of change or the authorities you have to go through. So within that period, it's, again, you're not able to make that decision on time. You're not able to decide on your own. So what a coach will do is they help you make those decisions without you necessarily feeling guilty or feeling bad for making those decisions. I'll give you a case in point. Some of us, okay, I don't want to use money, but it looks like, okay, we can still use money. So some people, okay, sorry, since we are still following the same series, you know the game Pastor played last week, where he asked different people different questions. And to be honest with you, so if someone, the person that really not had issues with changing house and someone that has always changed house because of rent, if you have that kind of person that, okay, I feel like you should spend 10 million on rent, the first default would be, that's a lot of money. 10 million could build a house because, again, where would this person going up from? The first thing you always want to do is get an apartment of your own. So, and this joke that would, not like a joke, the should I call it unsolicited proverb in Yoruba that says, you don't buy a car unless you've gotten a house or a land. So it's like a myth that at the end of the day comes to form every one of us. But what if that person wants to use that car for business? He's still in the circle of, I can't get a car yet because I don't have a land. But forgetting the fact that he could have gotten that car, get the income, and then be able to buy the land. But because he has been conditioned to see it as, guy, you are doing a very wrong thing. You are walking in the wrong step. A coach would have helped him to see, oh, this is how you should make your decisions. He won't feel guilty for making those kinds of decisions. So the next thing, again, is motivation and encouragement. So what a coach does is he motivates and he encourages. So I'll give you an example. At least virtually everyone here, you would have made a decision at one point in your life where you would have felt like, oh, I needed someone to just tell me, guy, what you have done is good. So I'll give you an example. So let's assume you made a decision. Everything works fine. You don't need anybody, you pat yourself at the back and say, oh, I've made the best decision. So when you make another decision and everything works fine the other way, you know what we all used to try and look for? That's why people go to the internet and social media and say that, oh, life is hard, whatever it is. But deep down, what do we all need? Just someone to tell you that, oh, we all do make mistakes. So that statement alone would have gone a very long way, which you might not necessarily get from your friends, because they might be shy to tell you that if I tell them, say, we all make mistakes. And again, let's assume we make the, because again, when you look at these big guys, when they talk about what they miss, someone telling you that I lost the business of, I think, okay, it was when I was in school. I went for a seminar. I don't even remember that now. So the guy was teaching us and explaining something that, oh, when he heard about Bitcoin, he invested 5 million and it went. And I had a very, you know, when you have this uncomfortable feeling, I said 5 million and it went. And it was sounding confident. I mean, it was a sunk cost and I was like, oh, interesting, 5 million. Okay. So the next time when it went again, another 5 million, I said, nothing in my head would make me go back with that same amount. Highest you will see me do is 100,000. Highest you see me. But the guy was able to say it confidently because, what is that? So maybe he had a quota and he has even gone a capacity to be, oh, this would happen, and he's able to push it. But again, if he did not have someone to motivate or encourage him, I'm not sure he would want to go back with that. But again, at the end of the day, he was able to get, I think, times 3, and he even recouped what he lost the first time, which then makes sense to him. What a coach would help you do is, along the line, he motivates you, encourages you. Even when you've made a very big mistake, it doesn't make it look like you have actually made a mistake. You just look at, oh, it's just one of those things. And because the way our brain is wired, when you have somebody telling you that, oh, don't worry, it's fine, even though they don't give you anything, you have a sense of feeling that everything is fine, which is what we Christians will always do when we come to the place of prayer, which is when you've prayed, you have that feeling like, oh, it is settled. Logically, maybe you're even still holding that rent or you're even still in that situation. But because you've prayed about it, you have a sense of, don't worry, God don't answer. So that's what the coach will do for you. He motivates and he encourages you. One other thing, again, is your skills development. So a coach is able to help you channel your energy to increase in your skill. So for the closest example I can see here is the music guys. So for music people too, you always have someone who is like your coach too. Along the line, you can't tell me where you were at the one of starting is the same way you are at the end when you're being out, except you don't do anything. So the more you go back, the more you have someone to say, oh, you should have done this differently. So a coach is there to at least help you develop that skill so that in a sense that along the line, you are both benefiting and is able to help you increase on that knowledge. Then one other thing I added is confidence boost. So confidence boost is more like, how would I explain this? So imagine you make a decision where, so for most of us that even work in the corporate work, there are some decisions you would have done or some things you would have maybe tried at work and it would have resulted into maybe a query or maybe something very, very fatal at work. But imagine maybe your line manager just saying, oh, don't worry, it's just a small thing. And you're like, boss, let's say you don't understand what I tell you. I don't, they said, no, it's, so because, so that kind of person, if he's your coach, he helps you to, so I'm not now saying it encourages your bad behavior, but at least it gives you that confidence. Because again, at the end of the day, what everybody tries to look for is, I don't want to get someone that would always need me to make decisions. The person can also be a flyer on his own. So if you don't, because of that fear we all have, we won't want to get to that point because of the fear of, I don't want to make a decision where the whole thing crumbles. But a coach would have given you that confidence, like we would talk about it. Even in saying rubbish, some people say rubbish confidently, and you would even be convinced that this thing makes sense. So that's how he helps. So a coach helps you to get that confidence you need. Then at the end of the day, or at the overall time, it helps you to have long-term growth. So again, there are two things to this, two sides to this teaching. One is you are the one that needs the coach. And again, I was also looking at it that you also could be the coach. So I'm helping us see what are the importance of a coach. So in case you have somebody reaching out to you that, oh, I would like you to be my coach, and you're also saying that, oh no, what is their coach is just for footballers now. You don't need a coach. You're saying where the person could have applied this coaching to.
Hello, partners. Thank you for your generous giving. Your giving has helped us, impact our world, impact our community, do many things that God has laid in our heart. Take the message to reach people globally. Thank you so much. And I want to call and encourage you to partner, support, and give to us as we take the message further. We have a plan and a vision to reach between 500,000 and 1 million people on a weekly basis. And with your generous donation and giving, we will be able to. So if you love to partner with us, you've been blessed by this ministry, the details are on the screen. Blessings.
So now, okay, Lekan, you've told us a coach is important. Okay, how do I know, or how do I myself be a coach? One key thing, or the first thing for me, is active listening. So active listening is, I want to try as much as possible not to use my native language. So active listening is, we are having a conversation, you're actually paying attention. Some people, when you start having a conversation with them like this, their mind is in 15 places. They're already thinking of what they will eat, they're already thinking of where they are going next. So they're not really paying attention to what you're telling them. They're just passively listening to you. So those kind of people would not fit in as a good coach because they are only listening to respond most times, but they're not listening to at least get what it is you're actually saying. They're not listening to even understand where you're coming from. So active listening is you're paying attention to both the verbal and non-verbal cues, which is you're able to get what the person is saying and not saying it, especially. Like they will say in communication, what the person is not saying itself is actually the most important thing to what the person is saying than what the person is saying. Because I might be telling you, oh, sorry, the other gender, no vex. No offense intended. Have you ever asked a babe, how are you? Nothing, I'm fine. So you feel like what they are saying is nothing, I'm fine. But 1,000,001 times, it means I'm not fine. You are pissing me off. You are after my life. Those kind of things. Because if you don't listen actively, you just assume, how much is fine, Jerry. You move on with your life. So that's where a coach, or that's why the one characteristic of a good coach is the person listens actively. He's able to get the verbal and non-verbal cues. Second thing is the person asks powerful questions. So powerful question is more of, an example is this. um, the five whys in trying to do problem solving. Five whys is, when you ask, okay, why did you do this? You've answered that question. Okay, why did you do this? So you ask why 5 times. So a coach is able to help you ask those questions. Your friend might be like, if I ask this person now, if he go take them the wrong way. So you are able to ask the powerful question. So even if you are the coach too, whenever your coach is here telling, oh, I feel this way, or this is what I want to do, you're able to ask, okay, why do you want to do this? Okay, I'm doing this because this is what I feel. Okay, don't think if you do it this way. So the way they do it is they don't suggest the solution to you. They bring out the solution from you. Because oftentimes what we usually have is we're able to at least paint the problem very well. And again, but deep down, if you look at it, we all have that solution, but we don't know yet. So you need somebody to help you fetch out that solution. So that's where a coach comes in. A coach will not tell you the answer. Oh, I'm hungry. Go and cook. So you're hungry. Why do you think you're hungry? I think I've not eaten. Oh, really? Why haven't you eaten? So the person is helping you yourself get that solution. So that's where one good characteristic of a coach. Again, it provides you support and encouragement. Like I said, everybody needs somebody to at least encourage and support them. Like even the married people, their partner is who provides that support and encouragement. They help you so they provides you support, he encourages you. Even if everything looks like, oh, don't worry, this is the end of the road, he's able to tell you, oh, it's just one of those days. And the way they will say it, joy comes in the morning. You're able to, it's not just saying it as a motivational speaker like aspire to perspire. He's able to convince you that truly, truly, joy is coming in at the next day. Again, person offers accountability. You don't want a coach who you yourself cannot be accountable to. So imagine your coach, you're not accountable to the coach. Someone like you just feel like, are you okay? Do you know my age? I'm older than you. So it's not a function of age or size. It's more of who you yourself know. You can be accountable, you can submit to. That's who you should. Before you go and pick a coach that you know that even so. Sorry for using this word. So imagine you picking your son as a coach. So and you yourself already know that if this guy talks too much, I can't beat him. How will you be accountable? When the guy said, Daddy, he said, so you know the way, so again, sorry for the people that are doing fit farm. So you're trying to lose weight. And you're telling me, okay, son, no, you're my coach. And the guy tells you that, guy, you cannot eat this. He said, I paid your school fees. Are you okay? So those kind of things, you need to pick someone that you can be truly accountable to. Again, one other thing is, and I think we Nigerians I think Nigerians most likely, or human beings generally, is confidentiality. We indirectly struggle. So imagine, I've told my coach this. I just see that the next morning, you know the way they say it? I said I was not going to use my language. The person is already on a radio station, broadcasting it again that, okay, so people go through this. And imagine how you will feel when I just express this because I feel I'm vulnerable with you. I can tell you everything and you can help me. So you don't want to get a coach that, can I use your coach as an example? Okay. So, I don't really watch football, but you hear things and you're like, oh, okay. So said, once the guy lose, he's so good he's very perfect. And he would even convince you to say, this is the reason why. He won't see it as a fault from his player. There's always a very valid reasons why they have lose. And oh God, it's a very great coach too. That their coach. God will bless him. And so I don't use his name, Sha. So you go and find the coach. So you should get a coach that is very, very, not the person that will be talking like a parrot. Everywhere he's saying, do you know what is going on in AY's life? He's going through a lot. If I tell you. So someone that will just tell you that, is she your coach? Because at this point, I need to know. So, you need to get someone who is not always saying it everywhere. I can't tell you. Just pay me 5K. I will tell you what's going on in Pastor Zewa. Like, oh, okay. Before you know it, everywhere, everybody knows about the thing. So you need to ensure that your coach is not that person that talks anyhow or that doesn't maintain or respect confidentiality. Because again, some people don't respect it. Because even they themselves feels like it's not a secret now. So why am I keeping it? Since he has told me, he didn't want to keep it in the first place now. Let me just tell the better person. And again, he asked me not to tell you. So you just say, okay, no, I won't tell anybody. He asked me not to tell you. No, I won't tell anybody now. So it's actually a secret because at least it's not everybody that knows it. It's just some of us that know it. It's a secured secret or an unsecured secret. Then again, you need to get somebody who focuses on your growth. So when we say focus on your growth again is because of this, I think Humans naturally. So imagine you coaching, looking for someone. So imagine you coaching Elon Musk, for example. Just imagine. Now the guy has grown that big and we don't know you. Then all of a sudden you're now feeling like, no, 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 no. I was when I told this guy to get this. I feel like I should now come out and do my own. So you should get someone who won't do that kind of thing to you because humans naturally. Imagine you are blowing, they are knowing you. I don't want to use that part. Let me delete that part from my head. So I want to give you one funny example. So the person will not now steal your idea, try to recreate it, and then go out. So you need to be sure that whoever it is that is your coach is not someone that will get jealous at any point in time of your growth. Or will not be pushing you bad and be like, I was the one that helped this guy. And look at my whole life, it's just like this. So you need to get someone who you can truly, truly trust with those kind of information. So I think I think I did well with time. I think in 10 minutes I should be done. Abi? So now maximizing the coach's influence. So what I mean here is getting the best out of this relationship. Again, it's a relationship where you are building, it's a two-way. You, like I said, you could also be the coach and you could also be the one being the coachee. So I'm just helping us see how to. So the first thing is active participation. So at the coach end, I said active listening. So that is, the coach is the one hearing what you're saying. So now you are the receiver. You should also participate. So when I say active participation, it's not as if when the coach is now giving you, I feel you should have, or when the guy is asking you, why do you want us to do this thing? Why do you think you should do this thing this way? Your mind is already in, I never chop, waiting, this guy's going to play. Or maybe you're the kind of person that does, okay, we're in church. Okay, I've forgotten. I've already taken it too. So imagine you're the kind of person that does, you play games. Let me put it that way. So you're already thinking of forecasting 2 plus 3 plus 4. Oh, this. Your mind is not there in that present situation. You're already thinking of, go. Go, let's draw. Your head is in many places. So even if the guy is giving you things that would have helped you, you're not seeing it because you're not there. Even though your body is there, your head is there, but your mind is in that place. Or maybe you're even, for Lagos people, they go share now. So maybe you'd have fixed your session on Saturday. You have a wedding to attend. Maybe God now help you, even part of the groomsmen. The guy is telling something, you're already thinking, my Agbada day tailor hand will never give me. This is how we're dancing. You're not even listening to the guy. So you need to be sure that you're actively participating in the session. Second thing too is you are the one also communicating to the guy. You should be able to communicate clearly. This is my problem. So one thing I used to believe, even from an abstinence, is the beginning of the solution is when you can define the problem. So when you're still trying to think of what is the problem, you are still far from the solution. Once you can clearly articulate or clearly explain, this is the problem I have, I feel like you're almost halfway into that solution because you can explain and clearly state, this is the problem I have. So if you can clearly communicate, it helps you to maximize the coach's influence. So the clear communication is very important. Then the next thing is commitment to action. So now the coach has said, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We both know ourselves. Like I said when I was giving my own example, I told myself this year I'll be at the gym. But am I committed to that action? So the commitment again is, and I feel like almost everybody will do it. So because again, last week Pastor asked us to think. Half of us would have been thinking maybe Sunday into Monday. Tuesday, you are still thinking. Wednesday, we'll focus on reality. You've moved on. The same thing you are doing again today. Okay, don't worry. I think I was going to get a coach. I committed, whatever the coach says, I will do it. Session 1, you are perfect. Session 2, you are still good. Session 3, okay, I think what this guy is telling me, I can also get it on my own. By yourself, you're already committing to action. So you should be able to commit to whatever it is you've agreed with the person. Because again, the way the Yoruba people say it, you can actually force a horse to the stream, quite all right, but you cannot force it to drink water because how would you do that? So the action or the honor still is on the coachee himself to do what they both agree that we're going to do. One other thing again is you should be open to feedback. Openness to feedback. So imagine the coach is telling you, you shouldn't have done it, and you're like, why would he be talking to me like this? Is this guy okay? Does he know? And maybe God now help you. You are very rich. You are richer than your coach. You're like, I have like 15 cars. This guy is still driving bicycles. Is it because I just say you should? So you should be open. So come with an open heart. Don't see it as this guy is attacking me. Be open to feedback and actually move or ensure that you're also following through with the feedback. The next thing again is regular reflection. Reflect regularly. Think of, so reflection is more like both you and your coach, you've decided to do this, maybe for this period of time, whatever it is, you've done it. So maybe like after like a month, you're just trying to think back, oh, what did I agree with? If this is a monthly thing, what did I agree with this guy I was going to do? You just think back again. So, oh, I've not done it too. You are reflecting. You're saying, oh, I think I'm moving towards this goal. Because again, it's like you guys are having an agreement to say, by so time, we want to do this or want to have achieved this. So again, you're not the only, you're actually the only one performing the actions. He's there behind the scene. But you're the one that will now check, oh, how far apart from the goal am I? You're reflecting regularly. One other thing again is you need to build trust with your coach. What do I mean by building trust? You see, like I said, your coach is someone that might have not like that might have things that we the outsiders would not know. So you should get to a point where you are very vulnerable with the person. Like I said, everybody has two answers. The answer you want other people to know, and your own original answer that you yourself know. So do you want to tell him the version of what other people know or the actual answer? So you should build this trust with him in such a way that you are that vulnerable with the person. You can tell him the truth. Oh, this is the reason why this is this. You know, like for most of us, in secondary school then, I know something and God help me. If, you know the way when we grow up now, the way they say that, who is making noise? They shall carry the student and go and meet the teacher. So imagine you guys are having issues. I've never punched anybody. But if we have issues like, okay, maybe I collect your pen or there's something I've done that I've pained you, not as if I fought with you. I can tell you for free. If you go to the teacher, you won't be even though you are the one that is the victim, when we leave that place, you'll be the one that will be blamed. So I'd ask you where, if I should go there, I'll be like, So because you are still not able to articulate what your problem is, I had that funny boldness. Oh, look, what happened? Oh, no, this is, and I'll give you a very valid reason. Oh, okay. Imagine I'm the offender, the other person is the victim. At the end of the day, I will be the victim. He will be the offender. Then we'll walk. So you don't even bother. In school, they know it. They don't even bother going to report me. Just say, okay, Alpha, when will you give me? Sorry, take your thing. But you're not telling me that you're threatening Lekan with, I'll go and report to the teacher. Okay, don't worry, let's go. Because when we get there, that when you now have passed the record, it's like time series analysis. It has always happened. So they already know that Lekan cannot be the one at wrong. So, okay, we're online. I'll not tell you this part. So, because there was something that happened then in secondary school where the teacher was saying something, and I was trying to tell the guy that this said no, he trusts I cannot be the one. And I was telling the guy the truth. He said no, it's not me that I believe it's not. I said, okay. Yes, sir. And I moved on. So I can't tell you the details of what happened during that time, but maybe another day. It won't be me that shall be telling you that story. So one other thing again is consistency, where I feel most of us would drop. Consistency is you've agreed to do this thing. It takes n number of times to get it. The problem is we define our hen. So what do I mean by hen? It could take you 1 million times. Human being will tell you that, no, 1 million is a long time. When you do the first time it works, second time, third time, at the fifth time, you're like, there's really no point. I think I've achieved the result and you moved on. So coaching is not a means to an end where you just stop after like achieving it. It's a continuous process. As long as you're on health, you should actually have, at every point in time, you have new coaches or whatever it is. It's a journey. Well, which is where your consistency comes in. But you know, as humans, there are like a lot of things, 1,000,001 things chasing your attention. So you are not ready to continue that process. Since you've achieved that result you're looking for the first place, you're like, there's really no point to continue this thing. So please, maximizing the coach's influence, you should be very consistent by ensuring that subsequent time you're always there, you're showing up. I did well, oh. You're showing up, you're always there. So 3 things I want also, 3 things. We could be coach or we could be the coachee. You need to understand the importance of coaching or the importance of having a coach. How do you identify a coach and how do you maximize that relationship? Then I had to put this small caveat, and I think it's not here. So having a coach does not necessarily replace the need for a mentor. Because again, I've explained to you, I've convinced you that you need to have a coach. You're not thinking, I don't need a mentor anymore. There are distinct rules. Is there a question and answer? Okay. There are distinct rules. So just to quickly kind of like give a bit. Your coach is someone who is there for it's not necessarily someone that is in your field, but it's someone who you can at least be accountable to tell maybe the particular aspect of your life or is one part. But your mentor is someone that has done what you're also trying to replicate. Sometimes coaches, they might not know how to, for argument's sake, I saw something. I think when I was reading a book, the guy that was his coach was telling the guy, "Oh, you can do this, you can do this thing." Honest answer, I don't want to use the word idiot, but the dude telling the other guy that you can do this, he cannot do it. But it was one correcting to say, "Oh, no." And the guy was feeling like, for this guy to be saying it, he could do it. And this guy was, at the point, I was like, "Okay, wait, you, come and show me." He said, "I did not tell you I can do it." That's what a coach is. They push you to the limits. But a mentor can actually show workings most of the time. But a coach might not need to show you working. So that's the difference. So you should not now say, because you have a coach now, you don't need a mentor. I was about saying it, but God has helped me. I wanted to say, it may come also. I know I said it now. So it is not me. So no matter what happens, please have the boots if you can. And again, they are not all paid. So don't look at it that someone has asked me to go and collect coach now. How much will I be paying the coach? They are all not paid. I will tell you for free. Because even the gym guy, if I go back there today and I've not paid him, he's always happy to. I don't know if maybe the guy is using me for something that I don't know. But he's happy and I'm like, this guy is after my life. Because if you look at it truthfully, I was going because I don't want my money to waste. But I realized something again. It is my body that was using to carry this thing. I'll now go back with pains. And I'm like, why am I not just giving this guy the money? Let him enjoy the money and we are both having peace. So again, you need to get to that point where you have that coach you are submitting to, you're accountable to, and you also be a coach to someone at every point in life. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince. I tried though. Don't even give me time. I tried now. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful... Okay, I don't know if I want to take it. I gave you guys 5 minutes. You guys should clap for me. Oh, it's not 5 minutes. 3 minutes, 21 seconds. All right. So we'll take offering shortly. Like I said.
Thank you for being part of our YouTube channel. I hope you were blessed by that powerful teaching. I want you to stay connected to us by following us on all our social media platforms. The details are there. I need you to subscribe as well and share this link to your friend. Let them join and be blessed. Also, I would like to have you in our physical location. If you're based in Lagos, try and join us this Sunday. You will be super blessed. Before we go, I'd like to give you an opportunity to start a relationship with Jesus if you don't have a relationship with Jesus. So can you please place your right hand on your chest and pray this simple prayer with me. Say, "Dear Lord, I repent of my sin. I acknowledge you as my Lord and personal Savior. Thank you for dying for me, and thank you for accepting me into your family. In Jesus' name." If you have said that prayer, I can tell you that you're saved, you're born again, and welcome to God's family. There is a link on the screen. We'd like you to fill that link. We want to know more about you and get your details. And of course, this Sunday, we're looking forward to seeing you. Till we see you again on this channel, keep what? Stay blessed. Yes. Stay blessed. Yeah, stay blessed. Blessings. See you next time.